I believe I'm live. I lost the other live that I was on. I don't know what happened, but let's start again. Hello, if anybody is live, say hello. If you can see me, say hi. It's a Sunday, and I was meant to come on at 7:30, but all the time going live, there might be teething problems here and there. But I am bent on doing this live today. Please, if there's anybody, hello, 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 hello. Even if you come and watch it later, I just wanted to be a woman of my words because I promised to come on. So I thought that I need to stick to my promise. If anybody live, hello. Anybody watching me, say hello. I can see your comments if you drop them. Yes, don't be shy. Like you can see from the thumbnail, I'm here to talk. By the way, if you're new to my channel, hi, just say hello. My name is Lua, and I'm a content creator. I'm based in the UK. I'm based in the outskirts of Manchester, and I do videos a lot on my healthy lifestyle, just being a busy mom. And I've been on a journey recently. I have always been watching my weight over the past, I don't know, say 2, 3 years and trying to reinvent myself. More recently, that's the path I've been going on. And I can say it's been interesting. That's me putting it nicely. It's been interesting, the journey so far. And yes, so I kind of share videos a lot on just tips, tricks, what has helped me to keep the weight off in the past, and how I managed to stay consistent. I do a lot of research on what I eat and the best food for us. If you're joining, hello. Hi, don't be shy. I know that there's 1 or 2 people. I was meant to be live a few minutes ago, but for some reason, technical glitches, and after this live again. I'm going to share some tips that I've learned, tips for a busy mom to stay consistent despite how busy life is, and just tricks on how I manage to keep going despite all the odds. Sometimes it's very discouraging, it could be demoralizing when you don't lose weight, but I'm going to share today and hopefully interact, if there's anybody online, interact with you guys on the things that have really helped me. I'll start first and foremost by saying that I am currently doing a very beautiful challenge called 75 Soft, which is really a reinvention of a challenge that was brought a few years ago from very popular on TikTok. I think it was during lockdown or after lockdown, and the challenge had 75 days to complete. It was first of all the 75 hard challenge. So if you're thinking, oh my god, I need to kickstart my weight loss, do things better, drink more water. Hi, anybody who is on, I'm not ignoring you. I can see some people watching, but I cannot see who you are. Don't be shy, just say hello. And welcome to my channel. If this is the first time, my name is Lua, and I'm a mom. I really share a lot about my journey on trying to keep healthy. I've lost quite a bit of weight recently, quite a bit. I have changed my body look by exercising every day. And I was just about to share what I have been doing, the tips, and also just some more information on the challenge, which I have been on, which is called the 75 Soft. And yes, a reinvention from 75 Hard, which basically had 4 main rules. One, you exercise every day for 75 days. One indoors and one outdoors for at least 45 minutes. You can do both outdoors actually, it doesn't matter. You must read 10 pages of a non-fictional book, and you must drink 3 liters of water a day. And I think you have to take progress pictures as well and eat clean with no cheat day. And I thought that was a bit unrealistic, especially the outdoors and indoors. There's just no chance. So there's a reinvention of 75 Hard, which is the 75 Soft challenge. And that's what I've been doing since the 2nd of Jan. I think it's the 17th of Feb. I have done over 6 weeks of this. And to say it's interesting has been interesting, and a challenge is me putting it really mildly, but it's the most I have ever given anything in my life. And I want to share today, I want to share the tips, what keeps me going. Hello, if anybody's joined, hi. Just say hello, it doesn't matter, even if I don't know you, just say hi. Anyway, so I'm going to share today. A lot of people have asked me, how do you stay consistent despite being a busy mom of four? I personally work full time. I have a very demanding day job. I have 4 kids to contend with. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter. My parents are mostly with me, and life is hectic. But I'm going to share the tips, 4 main tips today that has helped me to stay consistent despite me wanting to give up half the time. And it's not just about this challenge, it's about my lifestyle generally. We all would have dips and troughs, we'll have highs and lows, but consistently, if you can be health conscious and do the things that you need to do, then long term you'll get benefits. The benefits here is not just a smaller waistline, it's not just you being slim to fit in your clothes. And that brings me to the first point. The first thing I'll talk about today, the things that, one of the main things that has helped me to stay consistent, maybe over the past, more important, over the past 6 months, has been to know why. I think your why in losing weight, hi guys, the why in wanting to lose weight is very, very important. The reason why I'm saying this is, if your only reason to want to lose weight is as vain as you fitting and looking good in your clothes, that is fair enough, but that's not reason enough to want to be disciplined. It's not reason enough that will keep you going day in, day out. That's not reason enough for you to not give up, in my opinion. And I'm saying this because I have been up and down for years. And only recently, I could never keep up to any exercise routine, any sort of discipline that meant me being strict. I'll eat well, but every other aspect of my life will not go like it's meant to. So that's the reason why I said, if your only reason why you want to be more disciplined, lose weight, or be healthier was to fit in clothes, then I'm afraid we'll be talking about this for long. The reason why I'm saying this is, there are a plethora of things that you can do that doesn't entail you being disciplined, doesn't entail you living a healthier life, that would ultimately get you your weight loss results, but would not last. And the things that we can all imagine is that cosmetic surgeries you can do, for example, you can do so many things. But the thing that I learned that will keep me going is a lot deeper than just wanting to fit in a size 8 dress. The thing that keeps me going every day when it's minus 10 degrees outside, if it's 20 degrees outside, I want to exercise. I've been doing this for over 2 months daily, is being the best version of myself. When you're the best version of yourself, everything else falls in place. And I'd always said this from the onset when I went on this journey, to say it's really not about losing weight, it's about changing my life, it's about reinventing myself. It's about being the best version of myself, because guess what? If I feel good, if I'm healthier, if I'm making right decisions, if I have the right routine, right discipline, everything else falls in place, as well as weight loss. So it's a byproduct, I always say this, of making the right decisions. So the first thing is, ask yourself today, why am I like a mom? Why am I trying to be healthier? Why do I want to lose weight? If you can answer these questions and go deeper than just looking pretty, then I think that should keep you going, because it's an end result. That's the first thing. The second, and I think this should have been the first point, the second thing I'll say is, don't forget that you need to picture and romanticize who you want to be. So I formed an image. Again, this might be a bit vain, but I'm being completely honest. And a lot of people who've succeeded have formed a picture of the person they want to be. Now, you can sit down and think, I am a mom, but I don't feel great about how I look. I admire so and so person. It's not bad to admire. That's where things like your vision boards come in place. You might think, I am this sort of person, but I'd rather be this. So in my mind, I pictured myself as a woman who is in her early 40s, who has got her life together, a woman who always looks put together, who always appears like a woman that you look and think, oh, I like how she looks. I like how she composes herself. I like the way she makes healthy choices. Have you ever been to a party, for example, and met somebody who just does the right thing, just eats the right food, makes the right choices, says the right things, looks kept, appears put together? That is the person that you need to picture and put yourself in those shoes. I formed an image of who I want to be a few months ago. At the tail end of last year, I came up with a persona. This persona could be, I don't know, a woman of leisure or a working woman whose well-being and looks is important to her. I made up my mind to be that person. And once you put yourself in that position, you act that way, and it'll help you. At the beginning, you might think it's like imposter syndrome of life. You might think it's imposter syndrome because you think, I'm not that person. But with time, you will become that person because you will start living in that person's body. And this is really important when you're trying to either build a routine or get disciplined. These things make a massive difference. So think about exactly who you want to be, how you want to be looked at, and where you want to go to. And that will help you when things are tough and you feel there's no way out. That for me always helps. I'm thinking, I'm getting to that person. Do what you have to do. I'm getting to that person. I like the way I'm looking. I like the way I'm thinking. I like the way I'm acting. I like the way I'm dressing. And then if that person wears only sweatpants or dresses in jalabias to go and pick the kids up from school, is that the person you want to be? I'll ask myself that question, and I do all the time. The third thing I'll talk about today that has helped me to stay consistent and has helped with my weight loss so far is being patient. Honestly, patience should go hand in hand with weight loss, because if you have no patience, I can assure you that weight loss will be a very, very distant thing for you. The reason why I'm saying this is no results coming quickly. I can talk about myself for almost, I don't know how many days now, 67, 65 days. I have been exercising every day except one rest day a week. Some weeks I don't even have a rest day, but I've not climbed on my scales because you have to be patient when you're trying to lose weight. If you want quick results, the way to come back on, especially if you have a lot of weight to drop, you need to be patient, because the first month after being on this challenge, eating better, exercising every day, I climbed on the scales. I didn't share this with anybody, and I lost half a kilo. And it was funny. I didn't get discouraged. I didn't even remember I did it. And then the way life works is immediately I saw that, I got a prompt on my phone. One of my favorite YouTubers dropped a video and said, proof that you're building muscle and losing fat. They talked about the difference in weight on the scales with fat and muscle. And for me, that was talking directly to me. And I just put my chin up and I carried on. When you are losing fat, and gaining muscle, the scales don't matter. The scales should not matter. It really should not be the be all and end all. And that's one thing that led to my yo-yoing in weights. I yo-yoed so bad over the past 2 years because I lacked a lot of the discipline that I have now and I wanted very quick results. That's when I learned that consistency and being patient is the only way that we can achieve our goals. The fourth thing I'll talk about today is think about your non negotiables. Certain things that I will not compromise. I wouldn't. Okay. Certain things that I will. The things that I will not compromise is time, because time is money. When I talk about time, I would not compromise the time that I spend with my family. That's my priority as a mother. But the thing that has given me time recently is having a good routine, is building a routine that is, I don't know how to put this, a routine that is proof, is time proof, a routine that will give you extra time as a mother. And that is why I believe that, like any mother watching this or anybody struggling with time, you keep saying, I don't have time to go to the gym, I don't have time to exercise at home, I'm struggling, there is luxury. I'll ask you, do you have time to scroll on your phone? That is time that you could use exercising. And if you're so addicted to being on screens, you can actually even have like a walker to put your steps on. You can have earpieces while you're exercising and doing that. I talk about time so passionately because recently I've discovered the power of waking up early and it's changed my life. Waking up before my kids was always what I did. If you've ever followed me on YouTube, I've always talked about early routines. But these early routines, I always did them and it did not last. But they always talk about forming a habit, talk about 25 days and then 90 days, or 21 and 90. If you can do something for 20 or 21 days, it becomes a routine. And for 90 days, it could be a lifestyle. And for me, waking up as early as 5 is a game changer. And this is for two reasons. One, you might think, what? It's so early. Why do we think it's early? Because we sleep late. So that's the circle. Once you start, you decide from everything I've talked about already, knowing the why, understanding the patients, knowing the end results, and then you have this goal, and the one thing you need to change is going to bed earlier, then you can wake up early. Because the only reason why 5 suddenly looks so early is because we all have this attitude now with sleep where we stay up late. Most people stay up to 1, 2. The younger people, the younger influencers, the younger moms stay up to 3, 4. And then waking up at 5 seems impossible. I actually experimented for a whole week at the beginning of the year, waking up every day at 5, and that just sealed it for me. Before my alarm goes off now, I'm actually up at 4:50. And coming from somebody like me who is a workaholic, I work a lot. I've always had side businesses where I'm replying to emails, and there's a point that I was dealing with overseas suppliers in the Far East. So there was a time difference, and I'll be up till 3 in the morning. I never believed that I could be up at 5 every day. When I made that decision, honestly, it's been the best thing ever. Because by 6:30, I've been to the gym if I have to, or if you're exercising at home, you've done your thing and you're ready to start your day. Within that time, I get my self showered, I actually get on with some office work, I get the kids ready mentally, everything around me. And by 9 o'clock, I've been up for over 4 hours. What I've done in that time, people who wake up at 7, they're not behind by 2 hours. They're behind by more because they have distractions, which I don't have when I wake up at that time because it's my time. Like a mother, your mental health and your mental well-being is very important. And waking up early sometimes, I wake up, go to the gym, come back, and just sit down in the dark at home. I just sit down in my living room alone. I meditate sometimes. I just enjoy the cozy and the warmth alone. Nothing's wrong with that. It's okay. If you cannot fuel up and be your best, you cannot give what you don't have, to always say. You need to be in the right frame of mind to be able to be the best and the healthiest version of yourself. I talked about getting up early because I know that once you decide to wake up early, it doesn't have to be as early as me at 5. You can maybe start realistically 6:30 because it's a gradual process. But in that time, have a routine. I have been talking about routine on this channel for so long. My kids, I've managed to get them in a routine. Whenever I go out, I was actually out this evening, and my little girl who is just turned, she's not 5 yet. She's like, I want to go home. I was like, I'm enjoying myself. She's like, I'm tired. I have to sleep. And guess what? She's in bed. It's not even, I think it's 8, but they have built the routines around me. For the past month, you cannot catch me up at 11 o'clock, hardly. My time is set and my phone goes dark at half 9. If I want to do anything, I might just maybe do something out of the ordinary for a few minutes, but by 10:30, I am in bed. I have my motivational channel on. I do a lot of meditating recently, a lot of a lot of things that really has helped my mental health, and especially picturing yourself where you want to be. It's important. I talked about 4 main things that has helped me. If you're watching still, or if I know that people have dipped in and out, please say hello. Let's interact. Where you're watching from. I'm sorry I have really not gone live in a very long time on this channel. I've been going through my own stuff, which I'll maybe share. It's We all are going through something, so it's always important to just touch base with you guys and just say I'm here. I have kind of changed the content I share on my channel recently because I have been focusing really on just my wellness, my fitness, the journey I'm looking for, what I'm trying to achieve, as opposed to just day-to-day vlogs of just my life, which is something that I don't know if anybody cares about what is happening in my life. So I decided to rein that back in a little bit and only share the things that I believe will help my viewers. So I have a lot to share, a lot of things that I've learned. I am on a very, very long journey. Things have changed recently. My body has completely changed. Like my body composition is, I'm a different person. I feel like when my daughter, I couldn't carry her up and down the stairs. And hearing this from me, I can tell you guys that I had never ever been somebody who exercised before I hit 40. All right, I started exercising last year, but for before 2023, I had never exercised. I looked fit. I had never been massively big, but it's not about looking small in your clothes. It's about gaining muscle. It's about what the benefits of exercise does to your health. It's about being the best version of yourself. It's about giving yourself the best goal, the best chance in succeeding, in not just looking slim, in being healthy. There are all sorts of illness that exercising will mitigate. There are all sorts of things that just making little tweaks here and there. A good example of a tweak that I've made in my life, apart from exercising more, is avoiding sugar for my whole household. What does sugar do? It just spikes you up. You can have sugar in things like fruit, which is hidden, but my little girl has never had sugar. She might have sugar in a sweet, and she's like, oh, because she will have honey, natural honey, in anything that she has, which might need a sweetener. But I will not put white sugar. I've stopped buying white sugar completely. If I have an event that I have to make maybe like puff puff or cater for, I will use it. But in my house, when I'm making puff puff or making pancakes, I'll either use a sweetener or I'll use brown demerara sugar. I would not use white sugar. Those are the little changes that we can make to give ourselves the best chance. And what we eat, it's really important. Do not go on diets, guys. Please hear from me. I'm the queen of diets. Do not do diets. Do not fall on fat diets. Eat this, don't eat that. They are not sustainable, especially when you have to cook for yourself, apart from the whole family. As anybody watching, being a mom or not, but for me, being a mom of four, it's even more important that I don't go on these diets. Just knowing what to eat. And I watched a video of somebody who was not really a fitness person, and she said she's lost so much weight recently. And she just said there are three things you need to do. One, eat a bit less if you're not exercising very hard. A bit less. A bit less. That's the catchword. A bit less. It doesn't mean completely cut your food in half. Eat a bit less. When you eat such small quantities, what happens? You lose weight. But is this sustainable? Can you live on such small quantities? What happens when you decide to start eating a bit more? Everything goes back, and it goes back worse. And the worst thing you do to your body is that you mess up your natural metabolism. Because the more you eat, your body is in sync and metabolic health improves. So there's nothing as, oh, I have a very low metabolism. No, it's about what you eat. So the secret is first, eat a bit less if you eat too much. Two, eat less processed carbs. Processed carbs, the natural carbs from the soil, things like potatoes, both the sweet potatoes and normal potatoes, those are natural carbs. You can eat that. But anything that gets processed through a machine and comes out the other end, eat less of that. Less, again. I'm not saying completely stop all carbs because it's not possible. And the third thing she said is eat more protein. This is not rocket science. It's something we've never heard before. We all know. In your plate of food, just think tomorrow when you're plating your lunch that you've cooked for your whole family, take less than you normally do. Have less processed carbs and have more protein. What processed carbs does is when it goes into your system, it releases more sugar. You might have energy more for a short time and it dips. But when you eat food that is rich in protein, it keeps you feeling fuller for longer. It repairs your cells. If you've been exercising, it helps you to repair your muscle and build it. That is the general gist. You don't have to overcomplicate things. You have to keep it simple and always try to include your family in your choices. Because if you think, when you start getting big, most people who tend to be bigger started when they were younger. I'm a good example. I'd always been a chubby child, and nobody watched what we ate in the in the 90s because people were less big. But if you lived in a home where you had a chubby child, it looked like you were doing well if you had a child that was big. But what happens is once you are a big child, excuse me, I'm so thirsty. Have I talked about water yet? I haven't talked about water in a minute. How water has transformed me. And if you don't start teaching your children early on the right food to eat, they'll tend to most likely carry on being fat teenagers and they'll be fat kids. Most of the people that I know, and I have a few ladies who I work with recently, not recently, but the past maybe year, and help them with the diet plans. And they always say, oh, I've always been big. I've always been big. So it starts early. So if you can start making your kids young, not to deprive them of everything, but if you guys eat like a family healthy, you generally stay smaller as opposed to you creating your own meal for yourself, which is a ridiculous fat diet. If you can incorporate what you eat with your kids, let them be used to vegetables early on, let them be less attached to sugar. Don't necessarily buy, I'm sorry for all the sugar companies out there. Like, I cannot buy fizzy drinks in my house. I don't buy fizzy drinks ever. If I have, I buy it certain times when there's a big event like Christmas, New Year. My kids like, Mommy, did you buy that Fanta? Yes. Oh, we have Fanta. They're excited because it's a treat. Did you buy that Coke? Sprite? I don't normally buy those things. I don't. And when I buy juice, it stays in my fridge for days and I throw it in the bin because my kids have started thinking like that. I went out recently and I was talking, my daughter had to have Weetabix. And I said, I don't give her full fat milk. And I got a lot of stick for that. Like, what? Are you bringing this, your diet thing, to your daughter's life? And I said, no, I just feel like the fat in it, she has fat from other things. And I was looking for honey. They're like, give her sugar. I said, no. And I had a lot of stick on that day. And I came home thinking, am I being too hard on my daughter? And but I think that if we start learning or making them understand the importance of eating clean, eating right, being on a plate of food and always having vegetables, having less processed carbs, having food that you can say, this is potato, this is fruit, it helps them early on. Because when they grow older, they'll struggle. I'm a good example. We lived very healthy lives back in Africa, and we ate the right things, vegetables, natural products, and we had less problems with our size. So it's something that will help busy moms. Don't necessarily cook yourself different food, bring your family on. And when you plate the food, I always say I have the list. Because like a mother, yes, whether we like it or not, with different times of the month, we fluctuate in how we burn fat. So to be fair, I could eat the same food like my other half, and he would not put any weight on, but I will. So I make sure that they eat well and I eat the least, but I don't deprive myself much of anything I eat. What I will not have is, they'll have rice, for example. I'll have a substitute like potatoes, sweet potatoes. I might have bulgur wheat, I might have quinoa, but I'll try to get them to start getting used to it. Get them to join you, even with exercising. Walk around when it gets warmer. I take my son to the gym with me lately, or he takes because he's been going to the gym. Get them involved with you, what you do. I talked about water as well. Water is the unsung hero. I always say this, it's the unsung hero. And a lot of people are so used to sodas, and they have to add all sorts into that water to drink it. Yes, but if you just get the habit to put whatever you want for a start, if you need to have ice, if you need to have like a zero carbs or a zero sugar sweetener, or what is it, like a cordial, to mix it up, do whatever you need to do, but drink water, drink liquids. But I'll prefer water because it flushes your system, and it would help you to lose weight. It would help you to sweat it off. It would help your kidneys to function better, and that will ultimately give your gut a better chance, especially with your gut health and your intestinal tract, all that. Water is a game changer. Since I started this challenge where I have to drink 3 liters of water a day, the difference with my bowel action, the difference with my gut health is a completely different story. And I'm doing some research on the gut health and just irritable bowel syndrome generally, and I'll share once I have more information for you guys. I'm trying to do some short courses so that I have an accreditation on healthy living and food choices and nutrition. Just from my life experience, I can give back because I have measurable results, but we are constantly learning, and I'm big on learning. Anyway, I cannot really see if there's any comments or anything. I cannot see, but if anybody has anything to say, if you've been on, you want to say hello, please do. If you have any questions, even if this live ends and you have any comments you want to drop, or any suggestions of videos I need to do, I'm actually going to film some videos really on part 2 of the mistakes that I made that kept me big. I'll do a part 2 of that. I'll do a part 2 of that very soon. Shut the door, please. I'm live. Yes, I'll finish soon. Sorry. Okay. So I'll do a part 2. Hello. Hi. You want an hourglass stomach? Oh, hi, Betty. Hi. I might have missed some comments before. It's only now I've seen the first one. To have an hourglass stomach, and I was saying this before. Hello, Betty, where you're watching from. It's amazing. It's a why. I said at the beginning of this live stream that I'm an example of somebody who has changed my body since having my, please go out, shut the door. Since having my 4th child, my body has changed. I went from being really small to big, and I'm going back to small. And I have developed that hourglass look. I'm naturally like that. Your body, the way your genetics. But I had built a lot of fat around my tummy, because of what I was eating, and I have really lost most of that. But not just by targeting certain exercise, because you don't lose weight, Betty, in particular places. If anybody tells you now that I can make you lose spot reduce fat, it's a lie. If you lose overall weight, your figure will get better. However, certain exercises that would help to give you that body. I have a personal trainer. That's my next point, is if you can afford somebody to help you to get started, especially with exercising, because I always joke that if you want to look pretty, sexy in your clothes, starve maybe. But if you want to look good naked and have a nice toned body, then I'll advise you to exercise. And don't just go online and see what people say about an hourglass stomach, hourglass look, and having an H shape or all that. Go to somebody who would look at you, assess your body, see what your strengths are, make sure that you are okay, you have no back injury, and they'll give you a workout plan that works, a program that works. Because if you just walk into the gym and look at what this girl is doing, oh, this girl has a nice body, and you follow what she's doing, there's no guarantee that will work for you. If you can afford, get a consultation. Even if you cannot afford like a personal trainer, I have a one-to-one, and it's not that cheap, but it's affordable if you maybe have a consultation first and say what you want. You don't need it forever. After 4 or 5 months, I'm ready to face the world now. I can go into the gym and I know that I have particular days that I have workouts. I've written them down. I have leg days, I have hand days, I have my core days, I have my general HIIT cardio days. All of that is because I've had the discipline from a PT. So if to have an hourglass look, it means that you will need to start being overall healthier, lose more weight, and the weight in other places will fall off. I don't know if I've answered your question. I hope I have. If anybody else has anything else to say, please do. Yeah, please share. And even if this live ends and you have any comments, any questions, please do. I just have to put a disclaimer that I'm not really a trained PT or a trained dietitian, but I can say that from my life experiences and with my journey, being a mom and also have lost a lot of weight, I can tell you that. Okay, Betty, thanks. Thank you. And I can tell you for a fact that you will, oh, I always say, make sure that you have no underlying health issues before you actually start losing weight. I have seen a lot of people share the stories. Like a woman, you might have PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. You might have fibroids. You might have an overacting or underacting thyroid. You might be resistant to insulin. You might. Okay. Okay, yeah. So with that, sorry, I'm a bit distracted, Betty, but yeah, I personally think that since I started lifting more weights, doing squats, over time, your body composition will change, especially when you eat the right things, and you will definitely achieve that. Yeah, you don't have to get a trainer. And there are a lot of videos as well. There are a lot of YouTubers who have done the hard work and will say, this is a program. I want to maybe lift my butt because my butt might feel like it's sagging. There are exercises to tone glutes. If you do a lot of, oh God, just saying that I feel like demonstrating what I've been doing in the gym, but just things like lifting weights, doing a lot of squats, bench lifts, and also resistant training would help you generally to tone up. Because the whole idea, sorry, do you want something? Sorry, I'm live. Do you want something? Yeah, that's fine. So yeah. So those are things that will help generally, but I'm very skeptical. When people say, do this exercise and you have a small stomach, it doesn't work that way. Spot reduction is a scam, but overall weight loss is possible. And also eating the right things. There's certain foods that when I eat, immediately I'm bloated. immediately, and your overall health starts with your guts. Once you can heal your guts and have a um healthy intestinal health, right? If you eat the right things that will help you bloating. I'm big on juicing. I didn't want this to be about juicing, but because I don't want it to be another fad diet. But if you can heal your gut by eating certain things, avoiding certain things that trigger you, for me, I have almost stopped dairy. Yes, I have option. I don't have milk, normal milk, cow milk. I'll either go for plant-based milk products like either almond milk, soya milk, whatever. I would not have normal, because when I have it, instantly I feel bloated. And once your gut health is not good, everything else just seems like a problem. So you might actually just be suffering from bloating. So knowing that the things that will trigger you as an individual will help you overall. So I have identified my triggers. Coffee is a funny one, because if you have the right quality of coffee, it could help you to actually be like a laxative in the morning. But otherwise, some people, it just makes them bloated. Again, carbs. I cannot do white bread, white rice, or pasta. I instantly get bloated. So fixing your gut health and knowing the right Lucibeth, please, I'm live, please go out. Knowing the right food to eat to avoid the triggers helps a lot. It helps. So that's why I think our gut health really should be spoken about more. And personally, I have learned that water is the best thing ever. No, leave the light up, please. It's helping my health, my drinking water. Sorry, I was a bit distracted. My family, they've left. Sorry, it's hard with so many kids and everybody wanting my attention. Drinking water helps. The thing about water I like is because sometimes you're not hungry, you're thirsty, and then what you think you're hungry and you drink water, it can never do you harm. And there's a trick. I sprinkle a little bit of Himalayan salt recently for absorption, but you don't have to, because it might just be like, oh, you might not want to. I'd rather you have the water. Any other question? Anybody watching, please say hi. A lot of you have come in and gone out. It's okay. It's okay. I'll try to be coming live more, interact with my community more, and just keep sharing these tips. And of course, it'll all become obvious once I do my weigh in after my 75 days, give you guys feedback, and just share what I've learned, my current training. I'm doing my accreditations to be a certified nutrition coach. That should give more confidence with my viewers. But in general, thank you guys for the support, and I just like to interact with you guys to see who is watching, where you're watching from, just to say hi. Don't be shy. That rhymes. Hi, don't be shy. Let's know where you're watching from, or you can just watch in silence, that's fine. If there's nothing else to talk about, I am going to end this. But I'll always, as I said, if you watch this on replay, please let me know what you want to watch more of. As I said, I'll do part 2 of the lessons that I learned over the past maybe 2 years on my weight loss journey and being a busy mom. I really hate that being an excuse, but it is not easy. Even if you're not a mom, it's so hard to have the discipline, the motivation. You keep asking yourself why. After all, I can say to you guys that if there's anybody busy, I am. We all are. But I look for the time, and getting on a challenge like this is good because I like a challenge and I don't like to lose. So there's no day when I think sometimes in the morning, oh my God, I'm so tired. Do I have to? I think that I'm on a challenge on 75 days. 75 days is not a lot. I just wake up and I get myself at the gym. Sometimes when I'm so lazy, I just go on the treadmill. But on other days, like today, when I'm in the best mood, I pump. I pick up my weights. I do my squats. I do all sorts. I do my splits. I'm doing things that I never thought I could do. And if me at my age, I hit 40 a few 2 months ago, being a mom of four and having everything I have to do, if I can do it, you can. I just want to encourage anybody watching that baby steps, even if it means just running around your living room for, I don't know, 10 minutes a day. Start off little, get the motivation. Don't forget to look for your why. Why are you doing this? Let it not be about just looking nice. Think about what the lifestyle will do for you long term. And also think about the things that you cannot negotiate. I cannot negotiate my time, my going to the gym, my me time. And lastly, be patient. Results take a while to show. So I'll leave you guys with these three things to inspire you. Try maybe tomorrow is Monday, no pressure. If you want to start gradually, the weather is getting better. If you want to maybe take walks, because what air does is, I don't know, it's really, really good. Just taking a walk for a few minutes and just putting your steps in. Start by targeting to do 5,000 steps. You don't have to go and be carrying weights. No, start little. Start by just doing the easiest thing and build a routine. Start loving to exercise. Don't do it because you think you're forced to by Lua. No. Do the things that you like to do. I call it low-hanging fruits. Start with the things that you can pluck off really quickly and get results. Start that way, little baby steps. But more importantly, think about what you consume, what you eat, what it does to you, what the aim of what you're doing is. And think about your family. They'll need you. You need to stay healthy for them. Incorporate them in your lifestyle. My little girl keeps saying, Mom, are you going to the gym? Do you want me to come with you? Can we exercise at home? Start them young. Start them young. And remember that your mental well-being, your overall state of mind makes a massive difference. I hope that this helps anybody watching, and I'm going to end the live stream here in 2 minutes. If I have no questions, nothing to say, thank you guys for watching. Whoever will watch later, and I'll introduce myself again really quickly if you've just joined now. My name is Lua. Hi, I'm based in the outskirts of Manchester in a village in Cheshire, and I live with my family of 6, husband and 4 kids. And yes, I have been on YouTube now for almost over 2 years. It's been up and down. It's a side thing because I have a main job, which is in complete different field, IT. And yes, so thanks again. And I'm originally from Cameroon, so hi to all my Cameroonian sisters or brothers who watch. Why not? And I'll try to go live more often. Oh, about the squats. All right, that's a good point. The first thing is you need to position yourself right. And if you've ever had history of back injury, you need to stand straight. Watch some videos. I think I might do. Maybe I'll do a video. Actually, I'll do a video just to respond to Betty's comments. I'll do a very short video with help my PT, because I know that I have been doing squats. I've been squatting a lot, even with the bars now, and just like that. You can start without anything, either without a dumbbell or a kettlebell or without any barbells. Just learn to squat. Do I show you now? I'm in a very tight space, but you can check it out, other videos. But once you do the squat right, it'll hurt you here, so you feel a lot of pressure here on your, I don't think you can see your glutes, your legs. That's a way to know that you're doing it right, is where you feel the burn. For example, if you're doing like splits, what did I do today actually at the gym that I'm still feeling the burn after? I'm still feeling the burn after. I did splits. Oh, forgotten. But if you're doing it right, you'll feel your thighs after burn, and you should be careful with your back. But maybe I'll do a very short video on basis on how to squat. I don't know if I'm qualified enough to do that yet, considering I've only been going to the gym maybe for 6 months, but I have a PT who is very qualified and who's taught me, and I can see the results. So, Betty, to answer that, either you Google, you can search on YouTube or online, but you will feel the burn on your legs, like your, what do I call, your thighs. That's where I feel the burn. And with time, and then with time, you will lose cellulite. I have lost a lot of cellulites. So when I started this, I had loads of cellulite on my thighs. I've lost a lot of that, but there's all sorts of exercises, all sorts, and also stiffen your, like, have a stiff. Once you go down and you come back up, make sure your core is tight, and even your bum. You have to hold your bum and come back up so that it's tight. And again, if you're starting off, you want to start maybe with 2 sets of maybe 10 reps or 8 reps. You build it up gradually. Rome was not built in a day. And just remember that it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Not quick. It takes a while. It takes a while. But yeah, I'll do something in response to your questions, Betty. I'll just do a quick one on how to squat right to get the best results. But remember that squatting, yes, it might give you a bigger backside, but also be toned. But it's with time, darling. At least a year of consistent, maybe going to the gym 3 to 4 times a week. For me personally, I have a different body type, but squatting has helped my body. Not necessarily to build a bigger bum, because I'm already have a lot of, in that aspect, but it's making it firmer. It's making it more toned. And that's why I kept saying that the scale is not my best friend right now, which is okay. It's okay. My body composition has changed with what I eat, with the amount of exercise I do. Even my trousers feel tighter, which is very odd. Like, I'm getting thick, but my clothes are looser up. So it depends. And like, if you touch my thighs, it feels like, I remember I did a video and I said it felt like I had fake legs, like iron legs, because I've been going so hard on my leg exercises, and my legs feel toned. If I carry on doing this for another 6 months to 1 year, I'll build muscle, proper muscle. So it depends on what you're aiming at. But generally, always search, ask questions. There's a lot of information free on the internet nowadays. That's the beauty of social media. You don't necessarily need a PT. No, you can just search on how to squat. But I can say that if you squat right, your lower back should not be affected adversely, because I've had back injury in the past, and that was my excuse. It was such a sweet excuse. When people say, why don't you exercise? And I'm like, no. I've had a back injury. That was such a nice cop out. But I got to a point where I knew that would not work. No, I need to face it. And although I've had that back injury where I was in hospital for weeks, and I had all sorts of rehab to be able to walk. This was 7 years ago or 8 years ago. It doesn't really scare me, because I know that I'm doing things right. The days that when I exercise, my PT is like, you had a bad form. You didn't really do this well. Do it again. And if I feel stiff, I've started stretching. Stretching is great. I self-teach myself. I don't know that's not right. I do a lot of self-learning. Yes, self-learning on things like stretching. Right exercises for stretching. I do a lot of that. Just go on the internet, and it's really good, because you feel like your body is more flexible. I don't know how to dance to save my life. So that really tells me that my body is naturally very stiff. So stretching helps you to even get better at the gym. And this is all exercise 101, coming from somebody like me who was never an expert before, but now I walk into the gym and I think this is home. Yeah, I know what to do. I found my confidence. Everybody starts off shy. Everybody starts off thinking, I don't know, I feel lost. But with time, definitely time does a lot. So, Betty, I'll advise you to search on some videos, and I'll try to just maybe do a video based on your questions on squatting. And just the one thing people always say when they see me is, younger people might say, and they might say, yeah, okay. They might say, oh, is your bum real, and stuff like that. How do you build your glutes? I have a viral video which I did and Chloe Ting's exercise. I did it for 7 days and I lost a lot of my tummy fat, but it was really because I was so bloated at the beginning, and I exercised and I changed my diet. I had just fish and veg that whole week. And I don't know if I lost a lot of weight on the scales, but my tummy just shrunk. People came and said, "Oh, but how come your butt looks big? How can you help us?" That has been one of the questions on this channel. And I keep saying, I am naturally like this, but in terms of firming my body, exercise will definitely help. And it has helped me. Like, I took some before pictures of my cellulites, and I'll take an after and share, and you'll see what exercising has done to my cellulites, how it reduced it, and how I feel firmer. Like my hands, I've always had big arms, but now there's less extra whatever because I have been also doing a lot of hand exercise all the time, and it's not overnight that you'll see those changes. It does take a while. So that's what I talked about in this video early on, is patience. It is not a sprint, a 100-meter sprint. Who gets there first is how long you can stay consistent. And that's why I have a scale literally in my kitchen, and I have not gone on it because I know that I'll think, what? After exercising every day, drinking lots of water, not eating this? But with time, the results will show. And what the scale will not tell me is how much fat I've lost and how much I've gained. So if you feel like you're not getting results, that's when you should keep going, because the results are just around the corner. And I've got 3 minutes to an hour, and I want this live stream to go on for an hour. So in this time, if you please want to say hello, if you're a content creator watching me, if there's anything you want to ask, and I'm looking to do like a collab with somebody in my similar niche, if you guys can suggest somebody who I can work with, we can meet somebody in the UK is better, or around me, or out of the UK, we can do it virtually. That would be a good one. So yes, thank you guys again. And if you're joining now after 57 minutes, I just came to share some tips on my current weight loss results updates, and it's been great. I don't want to say how much I've lost because I'm going to do a separate video on how much I've lost since the beginning of the year, and just my dress sizes have dropped, which is mind-blowing considering that I've been doing the things so different and I only changed recently. So I'm really happy to share that with you guys in a separate video, not on this one today, because this was just to inspire somebody watching, some mom, to say you can do it, you've got it. And please build a sustainable routine. Build a routine that you can do without feeling like it's a chore. Build a routine that incorporates the fact that you are a mother. Build a routine that suits your lifestyle. Don't build a routine like you are a 20-year-old influencer. Don't build a routine that is aesthetically pleasing but not realistic to follow. Don't build a routine that sets unrealistic goals of waking up at 4 if you're waking up at 9. Take things in bite-sized chunks. Look at your situation and build a routine around that. I always say that discipline is one thing that if you get it right, a lot of things in your life fall in place. If you can be disciplined in your life, if you can be disciplined around what you eat, if you can be disciplined with people that you hang out with, if you can be disciplined with what you say, and if you can be disciplined what you think, I can tell you for a fact that your life will be a lot different. Because discipline is one of the things that we don't talk about enough. Anybody who is successful today has built a life based on discipline in every aspect of their life. And for me, losing weight, keeping it off, maintaining it, whatever your goals are, is around discipline primarily. It sounds like a broken record player because you've heard it several times, but it doesn't mean that it's not important. And I can say for myself that I have reinvented myself completely from the beginning of this year, and I've still got a long way to go, but I'm a different person completely. The way I think, the people I hang out with, the things that I do, the person I want to be. And I talk about this, you need to fantasize the person you want to be. And I fantasized and I created this woman, and this woman is me. I'm becoming her. I'm becoming that woman who I've been admiring, the woman who I walk in school and she's with her kids and I say, oh, this woman looks put together. I have fantasized and I've created her in my mind, and she's definitely on my vision board this year. I have a massive vision board, which is my screensaver on every of my devices, and that person is you. When they say being her, it's being that person you want to be. When they said the it girl routine, please don't base it on a 21-year-old girl who has it all, has no responsibility, has no bills to pay, has no kids to look after. That girl is you. That girl is who you want to be. That's what I'm going to leave you guys with today. And I'll give you 1 more minute. Any questions, any comments? Just say hello, say thank you. Where are you watching from? I don't know, you guys are not interacting, but that's what I kind of get most times when I go on live as well. I try, but not every time. And yes, and I'll end this live in a few seconds. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys when my next video drops very soon, hopefully. Thank you, and bye-bye. Bye. I hope I know how to drop this.